Hi, I'm Grace Baroni, and welcome to Conversations with the ERC5. Today, I am delighted to have with us George DeMambro from Schooley Mitchell. George, welcome to the podcast.
Well, thank you, Grace, for having me.
It's a pleasure. It's always a pleasure. You're so much fun and so easy to talk to.
Well, let's hope.
This is going to be great. So tell us about Schooley Mitchell. How long have you been with them? And when we do our networking events, you always tell us that you can save us a lot of money. So today we all want to know, how is that going to work?
Well, Grace, if I told you could save 39% of your monthly expenses, would that be something you'd want to talk to me about?
Absolutely. That's why I invited you on.
That's my elevator speech.
That's awesome.
So Schooley Mitchell started out 25 years ago as a CPA firm, and that's our basis. And we've been, as I say, we've been in business 25 years. I've been with them for 5. It's the best company that I've ever had engagements with, and I'm passionate about saving money for companies. I've been selling for a lot of years, and I've run a couple of different businesses. So I know that profit is very important, and the one way to ensure profit is to ensure that you're spending the money wisely. Correct.
So how do you guide us through this, right? Because I'm thinking, all right, where do I downsize? Because there's talk about an unpredictable 2024. So how do I prepare for it? How can I begin looking at where I'm spending money? Is that where you come in and guide me through that?
Yeah, good question. What we try to do is we first introduce ourselves to your company, and we ask a lot of questions. We want to know where you think that there are possibly areas that you could save money. So we're really kind of driven in a consulting way of what you are trying to establish. Obviously, profits are the most important thing. And profits allow you to grow your business. After our initial meeting, we go into what we call a fact-finding mode. And we're attacking certain categories. We presently look at, we have the ability to look at 12 different categories in your business. Many of them may not apply to you. But our major ones are shipping, telecom, merchant services costs, the processing.
Wow. That would be a lot of businesses right now.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely.
Because you've got a lot of smaller retail, gift shops, clothing shops, and they're selling online.
Yes.
So I would imagine you're processing with a credit card, and then you're shipping.
Right.
So knowing where the best fees are, or who's offering the best.
Right. And
that's where
we're looking at categories that you don't really have the knowledge or the time or the effort or the people to be able to look at. So we're going to be able to be the experts for you. As I said, we are consultants, but we don't charge anything for our fact-finding or coming back with a value report indicating where we think you can save money. If we do save you money, our fee comes from the savings. So it's really a win-win situation for you. If we don't find any savings, we've just given you a report that you have the best cost for many, many categories. This is a contingency arrangement so that our fees come from the savings, but they come from the savings every time you save the money. So if on your monthly bill you've saved a certain amount of money, that's when we get paid. So we also extend this out for a number of years, depending upon the category. And so we become your watchdog. There are always bills that have mistakes on them.
Yes.
There's always creep in bills. I once had a CFO tell me, I pick up the telephone bill every month, and if it seems to weigh the same as last month, I just sign it and send it through. So we become your watchdog.
That is great because, when you are a business owner, you're wearing so many hats already.
Right.
So that you're right. When that telephone bill comes in, you just kind of glance at it. And if it's $25, let's say one way or the other, you don't really dive into it too much. But then maybe that goes up again the next month. And eventually, when it's $100, let's say, it's more visible. And you think, how did we get there?
Right.
And you come in and you do my audit for me, so to speak, right?
Right. So not only do we get you into the saving mode, but we become available to you. You can pick the phone up and say, gee, my bill just came in and there's something wrong with it. Typically, we know that even before you know it because we're getting your bills online, every month. So we're already prepared to say, yes, you had, so many more data points that you use that month. So, and we're looking at it with you. So we become part of your business.
You're my partner.
Yes.
And you're going to make sure I continue to save money.
Exactly.
And shop and do better with the services that I need.
That's right.
I like that.
In addition to just saving money, if you're going through, say, an expansion situation and you want to use us as a consultant for your telecom or, shipping bays, we have those categories that we can help you with. Each one of the categories, we have a team at our home office, and they're some of the brightest people that I've ever met in my life. And all they do is analyze how you've been spending your money and how the marketplace is in relationship to what you're spending. Remember, we have over 30,000 customers that we have a database of what they've been paying for telecom service, shipping, fuel. So we have that database, so we know what you really should be paying for the service that you're getting.
I like that. And you know what else I like? I like that I get these emails from you, and you give me these wonderful little tidbits, which are just like, oh my gosh, he's right. Like one I read recently was something like, if you haven't touched someone in so many days, that's a problem. Why aren't you doing that? You should. And it's like, he is so right. Why didn't I? And there's lots more like that, but they're really great pieces of business advice that you can stop and say, wait a minute. He's right. I need to do that. Have I done that yet? No, I haven't. He's right again. It's like, I need George. You're always on my shoulder reminding me of the things that we do need to do. But again, we get so busy and we become so involved that it isn't until someone points out something so obvious, like making touches with your members, with clients, that you forget to do that. So it's wonderful to have someone who is pointing that out to you. I think those are fantastic. I love that.
Yeah, well, thank you for bringing that up. It's what we call our Pulse program, so that every 2 weeks, we send out a little reminder of things that you should be doing in your business. We are really interested. I'm passionate about saving money and making the business more successful. And we collaborate with all the people in our organization and, what our business is looking for. And, networking, touching people, making sure that they know you and that you are very thankful for their business and the relationship you have. But that's a great point. And a lot of people forget that. It's because they get so wrapped up in running their business. And one of the things that I really stress with business owners is we give you 3 things. Yes, we give you money. we give you time. You're not spending the time trying to get that money.
Okay.
And we also give you peace of mind. You now know that you have the best pricing in the marketplace.
So I am very lucky that I have George on my shoulder helping me out through many things. And I am so grateful for that, seriously. And how about our viewers at home? What if they're finding that, you know what, I need George to help me out here. I need to sit down and talk to him and take a look at where we're spending. Is there room for savings and improvement? What is the best way for our viewers to get in touch with you?
First of all, either an email or a telephone call. And we arrange either a briefing that I would do on telephone or in person. I think it's best to do in person because I get to see your operation. We go through some very basic facts and try to find out if, in fact, there is an opportunity to save you money. And we don't direct it. We ask you where you think many of the opportunities are. And most business people think, they know where they're probably spending too much money. It's, as I say, it's a free audit. We don't find savings. We shake hands and give you the report, and you can sleep at night that you have the best prices. And if there is savings, then we go to the next step. Okay. And if we have to, let me back up, 80% of our customers don't change vendors. That maybe sometimes is very settling for people, knowing that, okay, I can get a better price from my vendor. So 80%. If we find that you are going to change vendors and you agree to it, we implement. We stay with you. We implement any kind of changes that are going to be in your business. Just a couple of examples quickly. I had a medical office, 5 doctors. We went in and talked about a lot of things, and they didn't know where to start. And I suggested waste. They have regular waste, and then they have medical waste. We ended up doing a research. We got them a new vendor, which they were fine with, one at the same level of service, and we saved them $22,000 the first year. And we're in the process of going through their telecom, and also they do some small shipping of products that they happen to sell.
Wow, that's a nice savings.
Yeah. So we're estimating that we're going to probably end up saving them around $50,000 a year. And with that, they felt that they would be able to bring on additional nursing help for their practice.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing with us all that you do. And you do quite a bit. And This has been wonderful.
Well, thank you, Grace. And you do a great job at ERC5.
Thank you so much. You're too kind. Thank you, George. It's a pleasure. Thank you for joining us for this podcast today. If you would like to be the next guest here at Stonegate Studios, go to our website at ERC5.com. And you can sign up to be the next guest on Conversations with the ERC5.